Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham
Please relax and verify the manifestation that has happened now. You can all open your eyes and witness the manifestation that has taken place. Please post it in the Zoom chat what you manifested during this power manifestation, how the power manifestation happened in you, and how you experienced the manifestation of this particular power of the teleportation. Please go ahead and share it with all of us on the Zoom chat. We can take a few moments now to quickly share Yes. Let us now get ready, move on to the further segment of today's session. Please sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. And let's enter into the next session. Next, we are going to be looking at matter is vibrating energy. The revelations about the matter vibrating as energy. So please sit straight in the absolute space of listening now. Matter is actually energy vibrating at various frequencies and manifesting itself in various forms. We are not able to see this vibration with our eyes because the frequency of the wave of the vibration are too high for the naked eyes to see. It is just as when movement is too fast, the eye cannot perceive the moving object as independent frames. The eye sees the object merging into each other continuously. In the same way, the vibration of energy cannot be perceived by the eye. It appears to be solid matter. Energy in gross form is matter only. Matter in subtle form is energy. The body is gross manifestation of the subtle mind. The mind is subtle manifestation of the gross body. An important thing to be understood here is that the perception of the world varies from person to person because the functioning of the mind varies from person to person. Even interactions between people are only energy interactions. For example, an atom that consists of a nucleus with a cloud of electrons around it can be compared to a football field.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् 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 ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
Yes, let us continue. The real nature, actually, that we perceive, that we see through the eyes, we see this causeless and eclectic play of the existence through our own individual perception. Our very perception collapses the beautiful happening into a localized reality. Each individual boils down the beautiful happening into his own individual reality. Someone asked me, I see this table here. All, all the people in this room see the table same. Then how can you say that this table is not a reality? Please understand that you see this as a table here, not the same as what the other person sees. You seeing the table is not the same as someone else seeing the table. Each person in this room sees the different table in the different way. The same table they see, but in a different reality, in a different perception. As long as the mind tries to perceive, what is perceived is not the ultimate reality. Only an infinite being can perceive reality exactly as it is happening. Also, he cannot explain it in words because words cannot describe what is beyond the time and space. He can only tell you to wait for it to become your own experience. That is why Shiva answers not with philosophy, but with techniques. He directly gives you the technique for Devi to experience. He directly gives Devi the technique to experience the reality, the nature of the universe itself. Let me explain this concept based on what energy matter idea. Let me explain this based on the energy matter idea now. We saw that matter is actually energy. Classic physics said that the electron is a particle. However, quantum physics says that it is a wave. Actually, the electron exhibits the properties of both a particle and a wave in different situations. Physicists have now concluded that the electron has a dual nature as a particle wave. The act of observation itself collapsing into the possibility of reality. Since the electron is a particle, what is the location of the electron? Since it is a wave, what is the momentum of the wave? The answers to the questions lead to a very startling discovery that the particle wave can be either a particle or a wave, or even both at the same time. Listen very carefully to the beautiful truths that are being revealed by Swamiji himself. This is what is known in the science as the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. The particle wave is both a particle and a wave at the same time until the act of observation comes into play. This act of observation can now be connected with our act of observing the causeless happenings of existence. When we observe through our own set of conditioning, what we call engrams or preconceived and deeply engraved memories and conclusions. Each individual's act of observation is colored by his own conditioning of engrams. Based upon that, he boils down the happening to suit his own experience of reality. In the case of particle wave, the very act of observation collapses. The wave particle to a particle or a wave. This is what the physicist Erwin Schrödinger showed in his hypothetical cat experiment. Suppose you put a cat in a vial of poisonous acid in a chamber and seal it. There is no way the observer outside can determine whether the cat is alive or dead. Since we cannot know, the cat is both dead as well as alive. It is a distribution of probabilities which includes the probability of death as well as alive states. When you break open the when you break open to see the condition inside the chamber of the cat, the very act of breaking and opening the chamber potentially changed the state of the cat. The cat could be killed by the acid vial being broken due to the chamber breaking. So it can never be known what the outcome would have been if it were not observed in its true happening itself. This leads us to a deep understanding that both possibilities exist simultaneously. And it is the very act of the observation that changes the possibility into a particular reality. Let me give you another specific scientific experiment that highlights how the very act of measuring distorts the beautiful reality. You may have heard of the double slit experiment with light. In this experiment, a beam of light is aimed at a barrier with two vertical slits. On the other side of the barrier is a photographic plate that is used to record the light as it is falling on after passing through the barrier. If only the slit is open, the pattern on the photographic plate is expected. A single line of light aligned with the slits. If both the slits are open, we would expect two lines of light on the plate aligned with the slits. But what is observed are multiple lines of darkness and light in varying degrees. This is the principle of interference, where light beams have a wave that interfere with each other. Now, if the light beam is slowed down enough so that each of the light beam stream of the light particles of photons hitting the plate, each photon individually hits the plate, then there should be no interference, and the plate should show a light pattern aligned with the slit. But the resulting pattern still showed interference. How is this possible? There is only this one photon what can be interfering with other than itself. It was concluded that each photon not only goes through both the slits, but also simultaneously takes every possible path on the way to the target. To see how this can occur, experiments were done to track the individual photon path. But what happened was that the measurement in some way disrupted the paths of the photons. Whenever an attempt was made to observe, only two bright lines on photographic plates aligned with the slits. If they didn't attempt to measure, again the pattern became multiple lines of darkness and light. Each photon moves simultaneously in a number of paths, but an effort to measure the paths causes it to collapse to a single path. In the same way, our very effort to perceive the infinite rising of the ocean of existence causes it to appear as what our limited mind perceives. Once a student asked the Zen master, "What is the path?" The master replied, "Everyday life is the path. Everyday life is the path." The student asked, "Can it be studied?" The master said, "If you try to study, you will be far from it." The student asked, "If I do not study, how can I know the path?" Then the master said, "The path does not belong to the perception world. Neither does it belong to the non-perception world. Perception is a delusion, and non-perception is senseless. If you want to reach the path, if you want to reach the true path beyond the doubt, place yourself in the same freedom as the sky. You name it, either good nor bad." Let us now listen to the direct revelations by Swamiji himself. Please sit straight, your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, and intensely Listen to the revelations being revealed by Swamiji.
Om Nityananda.
See, it's the introduction. I have given the introduction for 3 bodies. Now I have created the idea, basic idea for you all, from how we are going to understand. Now when we work on every body, put this question, I will explain to every body. In every body, what maximum we can gain. The fruit of this course is only 3 things. One is making your whole body more healthy, increasing the innate healing capacity of your body. Increasing the innate healing capacity of your body. Second thing, unleashing the power to make your dreams into reality. Third thing, understanding the whole reality is nothing but your dream. This 3 is the main reason why I designed this course. This 3 is the thing. How it can be practically applied, understood. Ask me the same question in every body. When I explain, I will connect that and tell you.
Thank you. A few minutes back we were talking about there is a possibility that the future can be changed or missing. That comes to, do you believe in horoscopes, the effects of planets on each person?
Astrology is true when the science is originally studied and practiced. But according to me, at least in my experience, I have seen only 1 or 2 people who are really well versed in the scripture, who are really well versed with the rules and regulations and practicing. Because you asked astrology, let me tell you a small incident which happened. One famous astrologer of India, very famous, he did our ASP. And after the ASP, he himself wanted to have some of his personal problems solved. He asked me, of course I spoke with him and I guided him. It was solved, that is different. He asked, when I was talking to him, I asked him, of course I don't want to tell his name, he's a very popular guy and such a good person. I asked him, I know, you see, the writing like a common prediction is not accepted in our Shastras, it is not there in the Shastras. The common prediction idea itself does not exist in the Jyotish Sutras. Prediction can be done only for every individual, never for the group. No it's not a share market to give a common rating or anything. No, it cannot be. That I know anyhow, but forget about Shastras. One important thing I want to know, you see, for one Rasi, if you write 20 lines, you have to write. And 12 Rasi means 240 lines. 10 newspaper means 2400 lines. Every day, how are you able to write 2400 lines? Please just tell me, do you have assistants? How are you able to write that much? You please tell me, because it is such a big work. Writing 2400 lines every day is not a joke. How could you manage? Tell me that. I was shocked when I heard the answer. He said, no, Swamiji, just we have 10 set. Today in one paper, if it is a Mesha Rasi, next day in some other paper it will be in Kanya Rasi. Third day in some other paper it will be Kumbha Rasi. Fourth day in some other paper it will be Mesha Rasi. And fifth day in some other paper it will be Midhuna Rasi. Just we reshuffle. For reshuffling I have one assistant. It is nothing but reshuffling. I said, people don't catch you. He was so confident. He says, Swamiji, nobody will purchase all the 10 paper. And nobody will read all the 12 Rasi. Nobody will read all the 12 Rasi. People are going to purchase only one paper and they are going to read only their Rasi. One Rasi. So naturally, nobody will catch us. And within a 2 months, 3 months, we change the 10th set. We have the time to write the 10th set for 3 months. In 3 months, we change the 10th set. And after 2-3 years, we take from past. And we rotate and reshuffle. This is what is happening, Swamiji. And we guys, the moment we get up, what we do? First work? First work what?
See the Rasi.
Rasi Phala. And afterwards only your mind will start thinking at all. Astrology is a true science, authentic science.
What is your opinion on the Nadi Joseph from Is it true?
True and false. True as far as few intuitions concerned. They can hold the shaft and see the past, but not the future. If you see, your name will be, your mother's name will be there, dad's name will be there, your name will be there. But seeing the future, very few can do. To see the future, you need intuition. To see the past, you don't need intuition. To see the future, you need intuition. You need a little bit of capacity to hold the time shaft for a few more minutes. If you have the capacity to hold the time shaft, only then you can see the future. If you have the capacity to hold the time shaft, you can see Nadi. And let me tell you a small incident which happened in my own life. When I was 14, I went to Vaidishwaran. They took me the house pilgrimage, the family pilgrimage. Generally, when you go for Nadi, they take your fingerprint, and then they will read by the time it ends, it will give 10,000 rupees expense for you. The Nadi will read such a way that give this, give that to the person who reads and all those things. And this is the way usually the Nadi will go. You will be surprised the moment they took my fingerprint and went inside. That person, very elderly person, he came out with a big basket of fruits and flower, everything. And he said, this is the horoscope, this is a Nadi of a sannyasi. I was a 14-year-old boy. This is a Nadi of a sannyasi. And he's a great, the spiritual person. If this Nadi comes, not only we are not supposed to read, we are supposed to offer whatever today we made. And you know the honesty of the person, he offered the whole thing. And my family was seeing, all the money came back. Whatever money they gave, the whole thing was given back. The whole thing was brought. And you will be surprised. He said very clearly. And then my mom asked. My mother naturally, the pain, oh, can't we stop? Can't we do some dosha parigara and all those things? Immediately he said, if you try to stop, you will die. If you try to stop, you will die. Then, of course, that is the end of their trying to stop. That is different. But so clearly he was able to tell. When there is an intuition, there is every possibility. But the problem is, how long you are able to hold the present moment. And one thing I have seen, whenever you get the capacity to hold the present, you never spend the energy in predicting the future. You spend it in correcting the future. People ask me, Swamiji, can you predict my future? I tell them, fool, I can change your future. Why are you bothering about predicting your future? I can change your future. Work for that. Why should we waste the time in just predicting? There is no need. So be very clear. Whenever a man gets the power and capacity to hold the shaft and see the future, he just changes it. And you know, just his seeing is very visionary. For example, people, when they come to know about their future and the life and they really feel and surrender, when the master just holds the shaft, time shaft, just his eyesight, the Guru Parvai, the seeing of the Guru destroys totally removes the negativity of the future. That's what they say, Guru Bharka Kodi Punyam. Just a sight of a master. Because sight of a master is not a simple your sight. When you see something, immediately you will be taken away by the past or the future. Even if you see a rose, the moment you see a rose, your mind will say word rose. Your mind will give the word rose. The next moment, You will start thinking about all the roses which you presented to somebody or roses which is presented to you. And the third moment, how was your reaction or her reaction? Whether you got the beating or smile. And the fourth moment, the love emotion or the hatred emotion associated with that rose. You are already in the past. You are already in the future. But when Master sees, he never sees like that. He just sees you as you are, in the present moment. So he catches the time shaft. Whenever the time shaft is caught, whenever you penetrate the time shaft, simply he sees your past and sees your future. There's a beautiful story. It's not a story, actually, truth. One guy who is born blind, he goes to see Ramakrishna. And somebody asks him, you are a blind fellow, why are you going to see him? He says, fool, I may not be able to see him, but he will be able to see me. That is more than enough for me. That is only going to play the role. Not me seeing him. I am seeing so many things. What will I see? What can I understand? Actually, you are seeing 1,000 person. If you see me, what will you understand? Nothing can be understood. Nothing can be understood. At the most, you may misunderstand. When you don't understand naturally, you misunderstand. When you miss the understanding, you misunderstand. So nothing can be understood. You seeing me is not a question. Me seeing you is the question. That is why, even if we are not able to see them, we go to see the masters. In the ancient tradition, there is a word called darshan. Please understand, darshan, Sanskrit word, does not mean seeing. Darshan does not mean seeing. Drushya means seeing. Drushya means past and the future. Seeing the past or the future. Runa means the, what to say, the movements. Movements are the achievements. Runa, whether you have Runa or not, they say. Na? The Runa is the root. The achievements are the movements. Drishya means seeing the movements. So whatever you are doing is Drishya. Darshana means stopping the movement and seeing. Penetrating. The word penetrating, maybe penetrating into the time shaft is the right translation for darshana. When master sees, he just penetrates you. He just penetrates you. And the very penetrating is a big help to remove the future, to clear the future, to help the future. That is why so much of importance is given to go and see the living masters, and to go and touch the living masters, to go and feel the living masters, to go and be in their presence, all these things. Only when you deeply understand, all these subtle concepts can be realized. That is the problem. It needs understanding. You see now, as he said, and I tell you one thing, 25 of you have raised your hands that you never had that experience. I promise you had. You only forgotten. You don't have so much of introvertness to recognize it and record it, that's all. There can be no human being who did not have that experience what he expressed. If you say you did not have, it's like people say that I never dreamt. It is not that they never dreamt, they have forgotten. When the altered consciousness happens, you forget what has happened there. Otherwise, I am sure you cannot be alive without having that experience. Continuously it will happen. Because you are living being. If you are not introvert, if you are extrovert, then you don't record it. You don't recognize it. You don't have enough of awareness what is happening in you, that's all. Because you don't have enough awareness what is happening in you, you will not record it. A small story. One guy brought fish for his lunch to the office. And the moment he put the fish in his mouth, he felt, oh, I hate it. He threw it away. Next day, again the same fish. And he said, no, I don't feel like eating. Threw it away. Third day, again the same fish. The friend saw, why don't you tell your wife that you don't like fish? She will not be so adamant to send the same fish to you. Why do you suffer? He said, wife. I cook myself. I forget every day I don't like fish. I cook myself and bring. That is what is happening to you. You forget. You forget. That is what? You don't have enough of awareness. You are caught in the same mental rut. There starts the whole trouble. There is the whole problem. It is not that these 25 people did not have this experience. No. You also had. You have not noted it down. You didn't have so much of awareness to see the subtle changes of the mind. If you can observe, especially the people who raised hands, that I experienced, that 45 or 50 people, you have that subtleness or the introvert idea that how to look into your own mind. And these guys who has got this much of introvertness, they can very clearly feel my presence. If you are little introvert, you can understand. From outside, you can tell whether I am in the room or not. Many people, many devotees, they tell me, Swamiji, when I meditate, sometimes when the group is meditating, I go for a walk or come back. We never hear the sound or anything, but we can very clearly see something is passing us. Some big energy is moving next to us. If you have that introvertness, you can record, you can register all those, because these are all subtle, deeper level happenings. These are all happening in a deeper level consciousness. That is why we miss many things. Yes.
I have another. Oh, I'll let her go. She's been waiting for a long time.
Okay. So this conversations about dreams, it's very surprising to me because all my life I treated the dreams as a waste, as a garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And I see visions during my meditations, and actually I've seen some things that happen to me in future, and I build up my life through my meditations. So for me it is dilemma. Do I have to go and analyze my dreams, forget about this, or stay with whatever I am with my meditation and my clear visions? So in which visions are more important, which came from your dream or which came from your meditation?
One thing, there is no need for you to analyze. Forget about it. If you start analyzing from the very beginning, you will create only more confusions. Forget about it. The very idea you getting, the very system that you are getting again and again this type of visions is more than enough. That will guide you in the future. That system, you keep it alive. That is enough. There is no need to go and analyze the whole thing and get into the big trouble. There is no need. But always the visions which you get in dreams are less powerful than the visions you get in the dream, which you get it in the meditation. What you achieve in the meditation is surely more powerful than what you achieve in the dream state. But for a person who never achieves anything in the meditation, for him the dream state visions are powerful.
Thank you.
If you have have something in the meditation, surely that is more powerful.
Swamiji, I have a three-part question. You said that only in the meditative state you can touch the center of the shaft. How can we permanently be holding the shaft? How can you permanently be meditating when you sit down to meditate even once?
See, when I say meditating, I don't mean close your eyes and do all those things. Not that. Live in the present moment. Live inside this body. Live inside your boundary. Don't travel where you are not. That's enough. Don't be like a ghost. As of now, we are just ghosts. If you are sitting in a house, you will be thinking of office. If you are in the office, you will be thinking about evening beach, Santa Cruz. If you are sitting in Santa Cruz, you will be thinking about when to go back to the house. If you are in the house, next day morning when to start the office. You are like a ghost. Where you are, your being is not. Instead of that, start living inside your boundary. You are in meditation. You will catch that shaft, time shaft. Just be inside the boundary. Now we are going to do the technique today. In the physical body, we are going to do a technique. How to be inside your boundary.
Yes. So after this wonderful sharing from Swamiji about the real nature of existence, what is reality, what is matter in its real form, and from the perspective of quantum physics as well, Swamiji explaining to us how the presence of the perceiver itself collapses the whole infinite possibilities into one of the possibilities. It will wave a probability wave into a single particle. So let's now quickly jump to the internalization exercise that will help us to be more grounded in this powerful cognition that Swamiji just revealed to us. So let me now pull up the slide for all of you to help you do this internalization exercise. Yes. So the exercise, the instruction as shown on the screen, contemplate on this truth and pen down 15 powerful cognitions from the state of unclutching. Like each photon moves simultaneously in a number of paths, but an effort to measure the paths causes it to collapse to a single path. In the same way, our very effort to perceive the infinite risings of the ocean of existence causes it to appear as what our limited mind perceives. So let us come to the space of oneness with Swamiji, with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN SRI NITHYANANDA PARAMASHIVAM, and bring our awareness in between the two eyebrows, the seat of the Agnya Chakra, the third eye, and unclutch from all our thoughts, our entire mental chatter, unclutch from it and sit in that unclutched state. And from that state, you can chant the Mahavakya and tune in to the space of oneness with Swamiji to help us easily slip into that state of unclutching. And from that space and from that state of unclutching, pen down 15 powerful cognitions that arise in you while contemplating on this truth which was just shared by Swami. How our very effort to perceive the infinite risings of the ocean of existence causes it to appear as what our limited mind perceives. Just like how a photon moves simultaneously in a number of paths, but an effort to measure the paths causes it to collapse to a single path. So let's now do this exercise. Start chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Unclutch from everything. And from that unclutched state, start penning down 15 powerful cognitions while contemplating on the truth of the reality, of the real nature of existence. Let's begin.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Yes. So open our eyes and relax. Hopefully you have all penned down the 15 powerful cognitions. And now we can take this time to share these powerful cognitions and understandings you have downloaded from Third Eye on social media, inviting people to join you in this Paramashivoham program. Because these powerful cognitions which you noted down, which you penned down, are directly from Swamiji, from his inner space, the source, which is also the source of you, of your inner space, Paramashiva, through the third eye, all the powerful cognitions that you downloaded. It's time to share all these powerful cognitions with your friends and family and invite them also to attend this Paramashivoham program. Let's take a couple of minutes and head on to the social media. And enrich people with our own experience of Paramashivoham. And invite them also to have this experience, have this super conscious breakthrough. Yes. So after this beautiful internalization exercise, let's now move to the next power manifestation round. Today we are manifesting the power of teleportation, where we will literally be delving into all these powerful cognitions and manifesting them as powers, the nature of reality, the reality itself, how we perceive the reality around us, and what is its true nature. All the powerful cognitions shared by Swamiji, when we really internalize them, when it becomes a part of our very being, our muscle memory and biomemory, it starts manifesting as the powers, extraordinary powers, such as the power of teleportation. So let's have another round of this power manifestation session and manifest this power of teleportation. So the instructions and the guidelines for this round of power manifestation are being projected on the screen for all of you. To start with, open your Living Enlightenment book and receive your powerful cognition, because as we know that every round of our manifestation, we start with a powerful cognition from the Living Enlightenment book. So open the book, remembering Swamiji in your heart, and open the book in a random page. And whatever cognition that your eyes fall on are the direct revelations from Swamiji for you in this very moment, which is going to help us manifest the powers. So open your Living Enlightenment book and receive the powerful cognition from Swamiji. And while we are doing so, make sure you are seated in Padmasana or Vajrasana with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Keep your hands in Samana Mudra. I'm going to play the Mahavakya, and you can chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivaham, along with it, and connect with Swamiji, invoking the space of oneness. Feel your body as light as Paramashiva, declaring your oneness with Paramashiva, oneness with Swamiji, who is a very incarnation, very manifestation of Paramashiva, requesting him to manifest through you. Then you will be keeping your palms open and keep an object on the top of your palms. It can be any object. You can try with something light. And then as you progress, you can then move on to bigger or heavier objects as well. Then while the object is on the top of your palm, give the command through your third eye to teleport it to a specific place where you want that object to be teleported. Now start chanting the Mahavakya. I hope you have all received the powerful cognitions. So let's now begin the round, power manifestation round. Start chanting the Mahavakya and let the manifestation happen. Let's begin.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivaham. 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 Om Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham
Please open your eyes. Become aware of your surroundings. And you can share in the chat window or the comment section how you manifested this power, what you felt, what you perceived. Even if you felt the object becoming a little lighter on your palm, that is a great start. As you practice more and more, the power manifestation will become better and better. So you can share in the chat window about your experience of power manifestation. And also, you can head on to the social media platforms where you're active. You can upload your video if you have taken one, and also share your experiences of this power manifestation session with all your friends and family, with all the people on social media, and invite them also for the Paramashivoham program. Please make sure you use the relevant and the mandatory hashtags, hashtag KAILASA, hashtag Nithyananda, and hashtag Paramashivoham in the posts that you are putting on social media. Yes. So after this beautiful power manifestation round, We will now be moving to another very exciting session where Swamiji will be revealing the truths about how to manifest global peace and how global peace is directly related to the state, our inner space that we carry, the peace within. So let's straight jump into that segment. And receive the powerful cognitions from Swamiji. Global peace, byproduct of individual bliss. That is the theme of this segment. And let's now watch.
You exist in this Bhuloka. How much you focused on Shanti, that level of good karma you will be having, and that good karma will raise you to those higher vertical time zones. If you made lot of peace with yourself and the world, in this world you will raise to the next world. And if you continue to be focused on Shanti in the Suvarloka, the higher world, then you will be promoted to next loka, Maharloka. And even in Maharloka, if you continue to be focused on Shanti, you will be promoted to Janaloka. Listen. So if you remain in Shanti, in Bhuloka, you achieve the higher loka, Bhuvarloka. If you continue to remain focused on Shanti in Bhuvarloka, you get promoted to Suvarloka. And in Suvarloka, if you continue to be focused on Shanti, you will be promoted to Maharloka. And in Maharloka, if you continue to be focused on Shanti, you will be promoted to Janaloka. Listen. If you continue to be focused on Shanti in Janaloka, you will move to Tapoloka. And if you continue to be focused on Ashanti, non-Shanti goals, you will be pushed towards lower and lower lokas. Your decision for Shanti defines the ecosystem in which you are going to live. Second, on each time zone, for example, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, each time zone, vertical time zones, in each loka, people are different. Lifestyle is different. Good, bad is different. Right, wrong is different. But the goal is only Shanti. Listen. The goal is only Shanti. This is a second truth. Third truth. In this Bhuloka, if you want money, the law of generating wealth, dharma of generating wealth and sharing wealth is different. In Swargaloka, if you want wealth, generating wealth and distribution, sharing wealth, the law, dharma is different. In the Bhuloka, the dharma of the war is different. In Swargaloka, dharma of the war is different. In Bhuloka, dharma of the kama, the joy, pleasure is different. And Swargaloka, dharma of the joy, pleasure is different. But in all 14 lokas, from Batala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Talatala, Sutala, Vitala, Atala, Bhu, Bhuva, Suva, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satya, Vaikunta, Shripura, Kailasa, Maha Kailasa in all time zones. The way for Shanti, peace, is only one. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unclutching. If someone in Bhuloka wants to achieve peace, Shanti, the ultimate technique is unclutching, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. If someone in Tapoloka wants to achieve peace, Shanti, the technique, method is same, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unclutching. Listen, in Bhuloka, if someone wants to make money, the law of the money is different. Generating wealth and sharing wealth, the law is different. In Swargaloka, somebody wants to make wealth, generating wealth and distribution of the wealth, law is different. But whether you are in Bhuloka, Swargaloka, Brahmaloka, any loka you are in, if you want to achieve Shanti, the technique, method is same, Nirvikalpa Samadhi.
Yes. So as we just heard the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealing a very, very important truth. First, how important peace is not only on planet Earth, but all the lokas, all the vertical time zones. The more and more we decide for peace, the higher and higher we go. We ascend to the higher and higher planes of existence. If we decide for peace in Bhuloka, that is planet Earth, we get promoted to Bhuvarloka. In Bhuvarloka, if we choose the lifestyle of peace, we get promoted to Suvarloka. And so on and on in the higher and higher planes we go as we decide more and more consciously for peace. And in the similar way, if we decide to go the other way, not to live for peace and by peace, we go down and down to the lower worlds, to the lower planes of existence. And Swamiji also shared, what is the way to achieve Shanti? What is the way to achieve peace? Interestingly, even though the dharma of making wealth, or various other decisions of lifestyle are completely different in different lokas. But this one thing, how to achieve peace, the method is exactly the same in all the vertical time zones, all the planes of existence. If we want to achieve peace, the way is nirvikalpa samadhi, the way is unclutching, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has initiated all of us into. The most powerful technique to achieve shanti, that is unclutching. So let's delve a little more deeper into this whole idea of peace coming from individual bliss, the global peace, how it will happen from the individual bliss. Swamiji shares an important truth about self-contradictory thoughts that happen inside us. So what are these self-contradictory thoughts? Swamiji says a majority of us are caught up in fighting with our own selves. We are caught in a web of self-contradictory thoughts and desires. Our thoughts and words are so powerful, but we use them so casually. For example, say you have a headache, right? So what do? You tell yourself, how I wish this headache would go away. You don't realize that each of these words carries the power of desire and actualization within them. By uttering these words, you give so much power to the word headache. You give as much power to the word headache as you give to the words go away. Because both words are existing in the same sentence. Even though you mean it in the right way, you want the headache to go away, what you don't realize is that the word headache itself reinforces the headache in you. So the words headache and go away are self-contradictory in the same sentence that we utter. And they carry opposite energies. Swamiji says, this is what I mean by self-contradictory thoughts. By your very thought, you contradict your original desire. Even your positive intention is caught in the fight, the dilemma of your own thoughts and words. So you will then ask, how do I get rid of this headache? Right? So what is the way? Just say, let me be healed. That's all. The mind is so used to thinking only negative words. That is the problem. Our self-contradictory thoughts are the root cause of all our suffering. All our suffering arises from our ignorance of the truth that we are by nature bliss. Right? All our suffering arises from our ignorance of the truth that we are by nature bliss. We are a part of existence which is by nature bliss. Once we intellectually and experientially understand this, we will consciously and strongly see our self-contradictory thoughts being replaced by self-healing thoughts. It's a simple realization, both intellectual and experiential realization and understanding of the simple truth that we are by nature bliss, very part of the existence which is by nature bliss. So when we infuse healing thoughts in our system again and again, we give power to positive words and thoughts. They get embedded in our very muscle memory. So at times of low mood and depression, these healing thoughts will automatically come up in our inner space and pull us out of the low mood. On our own, we can raise ourselves up from our low feelings and the negative play of the mind. How? When we infuse healing thoughts into our system again and again. That's how we give power to the positive words and thoughts, and they get embedded in our very muscle memory. So whenever we are in a low mood, whenever we are going through a low in our lives, a depression, so these words naturally come up, which are already there in our system. They naturally come up, and using them, we can pull ourselves out of these low moods. Swamiji shares a very important truth. He says, individual peace by its nature touches the world. So when we are established in peace inside us, it will naturally affect the world around us. There's a beautiful story from the life of Buddha that Swamiji is sharing with us. The story goes as, Devadatta, a cousin of Buddha, joined Buddha's order of monks. He was hungry for power and status. He wanted to become the head of the order of monks, but Buddha would not allow such an immature person who was running after status instead of enlightenment to lead his mission. So Devadatta harbored jealousy and ill feelings towards Buddha and even made several attempts to kill him. So what happens is, once Devadatta persuaded the royal elephant keepers to release a fierce elephant on to Buddha's path. The elephant was intoxicated and let loose on the streets where Buddha used to walk regularly. The mad elephant ran wildly. People panicked and fled in all directions. The elephant came upon Buddha. Buddha kept walking, radiating the same peace and calm even in the face of this danger. His bliss and peace was not at all affected by the threat of the wild elephant. The elephant came rushing towards Buddha in a mad fury. Once it reached Buddha, it immediately calmed down completely. Its wild nature simply dissolved in Buddha's enlightened presence. Buddha touched the elephant's forehead and stroked it gently. Calmed by the patting, the elephant bent on its knees and bowed down to Buddha. The elephant came. The people watching the whole scene were simply shocked because it was such an astounding incident. Nobody could even imagine that mad elephant behaving in that way. Just the sheer presence, the peaceful presence of an enlightened being, Buddha, in this case, it calmed the very system, the muscle memory and biomemory of that elephant, who was running wild on that street, and people were just running in all directions. But as soon as that elephant came in contact with the Buddha, it simply calmed down, proving the fact that the inner space that the Buddha carried, the peaceful state, the space of Shanti, it directly affected the inner space of the elephant also. And that's what the truth is. Our inner space affects our surroundings. When we are in a peaceful state, we see the same state being reflected on the beings around us. The effect of the peace radiated by the person who is fully satisfied and blissful within himself is similar to the waves that happen in a lake when you throw a stone into it. Everything in the lake is touched by the effect of the stone. The waves of bliss radiating from a peaceful person naturally and automatically touch the people, animals, trees, and rocks, affecting everything nearby. So it's not just on a so-called living being that this effect happens. These waves of bliss and peace affect everything around us, all the surroundings, entire surroundings, nature, even trees and rocks. They also get affected by it. To make the whole world blissful and happy, you don't have to do anything. Just change your center. When you are seeing horror movie, your world will be filled with fear. But if you just change the channel to, say, a comedy movie, you can see how your whole world changes. So you don't have to take some major steps in order to bring peace to the world, to your surroundings. Just change your center, switch your center, bring more peace and shanti to it. And how to do that? Swamiji shared is by Nirvikalpa Samadhi, practicing unclutching. When the inner awakening happens, the higher emotions happen. It all finally boils down to your own experience of what is happening. If you want to save the world, all you need to do is save yourself. Because when your center changes, the world changes. When you change, the world changes. Everything is actually happening in this world. Great spiritual sessions where enlightenment is being shared, and at the same time, terrorist training camps where violence is being shared. According to what you tune with, the world that you attract and see will also appear to be. You will attract the same type of people and situations in your life. So at the same time, everything, all channels are there, just like on your television. In the world as well, all kinds of things are happening. Spiritual sessions are also happening where only non-violence and peace and bliss are being shared. And people are being trained into this higher emotions, beautiful lifestyle. At the same time, terrorist camps are also operating where only violence is being taught. And people are only being brainwashed with these violent ideas. What you tune to will eventually make your reality into that. So it depends on what you are tuning to, how you are training your own inner space. That is how you will see the world around you as well. If you want to save the world, all you need to do is save yourself. Even one person struggling for enlightenment, seeking, raises the consciousness of at least 1 million people. Because we are all connected. Even if one person, 1 in a million, is sincerely seeking and yearning for enlightenment, that itself raises the consciousness of at least 1 million people around. So let's now watch another beautiful clip from Swamiji where he will be sharing and explaining in more detail about this science of how to bring peace into this world by shifting our center, by changing our center, tuning it to more peace and bliss. So let's watch.
Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Being the Supreme Pontiff of the most peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings. It is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living Hindu. Anyone who wants to claim themselves as a Hindu or practicing Hindu should work for global peace. Global peace is our responsibility. Best way to bring global peace is to start working for it. Individual level, social level, global level, let us start working for it. Let us establish at least 1,000. See, we are working for 2,000. We already listed the living, practicing Hindus who are going to be part of this micronation, the founding fathers of micronations all over the world. First and foremost thing, everything has to be done as per the constitution of the country you exist, within the legal framework, within the legally allowed freedom. Understand? The purpose of these micronations is to bring global peace. I don't want anyone to create conflict by creating this micronation. The purpose of the micronation is to bring global peace. So whoever is interested in really working for global peace, responsibly spreading oneness, the great Hindu principles, and creating not only individual peace by creating a not only creating individual peace by meditation, unclutching, creating an ecosystem where the global peace can start manifesting. Living global peace, loving global peace, spreading global peace. So the purpose of these micronations is to bring global peace. By next year, 2021, International Day of Peace, we want to have 2021 micronations. We are looking 2021 number by 2021, but at least we want to make 1,000 into reality. See, the goal is 2021, but I want to make it at least 1,000 into reality. We can register 2021 before 2021 International Peace Day, and at least 1,000 we can get recognition. All that, it is possible. September 21st, 2021, Tuesday, is the timeline for us to make 2021 micronations KAILASA. KAILASA micronations all over the world. So I welcome everyone who is interested in individual peace and global peace to take this responsibility and be part of this great mission. Work for global peace. Work for global peace. This is going to be the movement for global peace. Let's do it. Let's really do it. Last 26 years I am working for reviving the enlightened civilization. 10 years we are studying very seriously the concepts of various communities. See, in 2005, I created a community in Duarte in Los Angeles, enlightenment-based community. In 2000, I started creating a community, and 2001 made a center for that community in Erode, Tiruchangodu, and 2002 in Bidadi, Bangalore, Adi KAILASA, 2003 end in Hyderabad, 2004 multiple places all over the world, 2005 in Los Angeles Duarte Ashram. Please understand, I am working on this for last 26 years. Now we have mastered this science. We have become expert in this science. So, last 10 years we thoroughly studied legal and various implications, and especially last 2 years getting to the ground and collecting legal opinions and practically how the communities are successful, everything. The whole knowledge is ready. And I request, welcome all the living, practicing Hindus from all over the world to be part of this great responsibility, bringing global peace to planet Earth. By reviving KAILASA, the enlightened civilization, by making 2021 micronations by 2021, September 21, International Day of Peace. Last 26 years of our experience has given us a solid understanding how legally, politically, socially, individually, these micronations can be manifested as a reality and sustained. So with this expertise, we are entering into this great responsibility of manifesting this 2021 micronations by 2021, September 21st. I welcome all of you, whoever wants to be founding father of KAILASA, the micronation. The Hindu micronations should be formed all over the world. So we stand for the grand narrative of Hinduism, global peace. and the enlightenment science of Hinduism.
I'm sorry, I was muted. What I was saying is that we have just now received the powerful cognition from Swamiji of how, under his divine leadership, Kailasa has been creating multiple peace-based ecosystems and has mastered the science of creating peace-based ecosystems. In turn, creating and helping manifest global peace. And from the time he started his public life, Swamiji has been establishing enlightenment-based ecosystems all over the world where the science of enlightenment, science of unclutching is being taught systematically and scientifically to all the people, helping them radiate inner peace and bliss, which naturally then turns into the same peace and bliss around them in the surroundings, eventually the whole world. So with this, let's now enter into the internalization exercise. Individual peace, by its nature, touches the world. So we are going to internalize this powerful cognition. Everything is actually happening in this world. Great spiritual sessions where enlightenment is being shared, and at the same time, terrorist training camps where violence is being shared. According to what you tune with, the world that you attract and see will also appear to be. You will attract the same type of people and situations in your life. So it's merely like switching the channel. Which channel do you choose to watch or tune to? Same kind of people, same kind of situations will start happening around you. Contemplate on this truth and write down incidents where you decided to share violence or act out of violence. Write in detail. So let's start this exercise. This is the first step. Contemplate on this truth, which you see on your screen to the left, that everything is happening simultaneously in the world. What you tune to will eventually decide the kind of life, the kind of world you will see around you. Contemplate on this truth and write down incidents where you decided to share violence, that is, act out of violence. So write in detail, start penning down, then we will move to the further steps. Let's begin. Please continue writing. You can go back in memory and try to remember from your very childhood when you have chosen to act out of violence. Write all those incidents in detail, how you decided to share violence and act out of violence. Write those incidents in detail. What you thought, how you felt, and how you chose to share violence. What happened in that incident? Write in detail. Let's continue writing. Yes. Hopefully you have all penned down all the incidents where you have acted out of violence. Now we'll move to the next step. All those who are still writing can finish. You take a minute and finish writing the incidents. Meanwhile, we'll move to the next step. Complete with those incidents one by one by reliving. So this is the stage where you will complete. You will remember, take each incident one by one and start reliving that very moment when you acted out of violence, when you shared violence. By reliving, we are going to relieve all that violence that is there inside us. So let's begin this completion process. Take all the incidents that you have written one by one and start reliving. Go back to that moment. Become that very person. Don't just try to remember. Become that very person who acted in that moment out of violence, who shared violence, and relive all those emotions, thoughts, feelings, whatever you went through at that time. Relive that moment intensely and complete with all those incidents. So let's begin this second step. Please take each incident one by one and relive that incident completely. Let's do this completion exercise sincerely and authentically with intensity. Let's continue. Yes, so hopefully you have all completed the second step. That is, you have completed with all the incidents one by reliving. Now, finally, declare to be in the space of completion and share only peace and compassion. So from the space of completion that we have just created inside our inner space, declare strongly and powerfully to be in the space of completion and share only peace and compassion. So let's take a couple of minutes, close your eyes and make the strong sankalpa, strong declaration to be always in the space of completion, to always act from the space of completion and share only peace and compassion. So let's do this. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Yes. So slowly open your eyes. That's all. Have a strong declaration always in our inner space and always act out of that space of peace and compassion, always carrying the space of completion within us. And even if in future any incompletion arises, there and then just complete with it. Drop all the violence, all the negativity. Drop it and come back and restore your space of completion and act from that. So after this very powerful exercise and completion process, let's now immediately jump into the power manifestation. We're going to continue with our rounds of power manifestation when we are going to manifest the power of teleportation. So let's move to the next round. So as we did in the previous round, we are going to hold an object on our palms and then from the space of oneness with Swamiji, with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, we are going to give the command to that object, looking at the object through our third eye, giving it the command to teleport to the place where we want it to teleport. So let me project the guidelines for all of you. Yes. So let's start with receiving our powerful cognition from the Living Enlightenment book, as we always do before every round of power manifestation. While we are doing it, sit in Padmasana or Vajrasana with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Keep your hands in Samana Mudra and connect with Swamiji. Start chanting the Mahavakya. Now, how you're going to manifest this power? Feel your body as light as Paramashiva. Keep your palms open and keep an object on top of your palm and give a command through your third eye to teleport to a specific place where you want the object to teleport. So now let's start chanting the Mahavakya and let the power manifestation begin.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् 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 ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
Yes. So you can now share your experience of this power manifestation session. in the chat window or in the comment section. You can tell what you felt or what you experienced during this power manifestation. Even if you felt your body becoming light or the object on the top of your palm becoming very light like a feather, you can start with that. That's a very good start, and you can continue from there and manifest more and more and more. Continue practicing. And as you get more and more grounded in the oneness experience, continue to chant Mahavakya intensely while you're manifesting these powers. And with more and more practice, you will start manifesting more and more. You can start with very light objects. You can start with keeping some bhasma maybe on your palm. Bhasma, kumkum, something very light. And then you can progress step by step. So now is the time for all of you to share this experience of power manifestation with all your friends and acquaintances on social media. Share the video. If you've taken the video, you can upload the video and share it with as many people as you can, and invite them also to Paramashivoham so that they can also experience and have the superconscious breakthrough in their life. They can also learn the signs of completion, the signs of untouching. They can also become complete from all their sufferings, from all their limiting patterns, impossibilities, which they might be suffering from their very childhood, liberating them from all of these, the clutches of their patterns, the suffocations, so that they can also manifest the life that they want. So please invite them. By enriching them, you will be enriching yourself. By causing their reality, your reality will also get caused. Because Swamiji says, when we decide that life is for others, it simply starts manifesting in us as the power of miracles. Literally, miracles start happening in our own life. So with this, we now come to the end of today's exciting day, the series of sessions, when we learned about the nature of reality, about perception, how we perceive the reality, what reality actually is, and how to create the right space within us to manifest peace outside. So when you head on to the social media, make sure you are sharing all these clicks that you have had today, all the significant, powerful clicks that you have, because by sharing this, they will also get reinforced inside you and remain there and be grounded. So that it becomes a part of your life. And at the same time, it will also enrich others, other people, and they will also get inspired to join Paramashivoham and get initiated by Swamiji. So let's now end today's session, in fact, today's day, and be ready for another exciting day tomorrow when we will be learning the powerful process called the living Advaita process. How to actually live in Advaita with the people around us, in our own surroundings. How to actually realize the principle of oneness, Advaita, wherever we are living, with the people we are living, with them. In practicing this truth of manifesting what we want to manifest with our own teaming. So let's get ready for another exciting session, in fact, the series of session tomorrow, and end today's day with the Purna Mantra. Establishing and declaring complete completion in our inner space, let's chant the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् 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 ॐ नित्यानन्द